Let's look at what we can do to get some extra VC in your pockets. First, let's talk about those grinding methods. This may be the most obvious way to get VC, but believe it or not, it may be better to play the season than it is to play online. Hear me out. When you play a game in the park, in the rec, in the pro-am, or any multiplayer mode, you get VC based on your grade and how you performed in game. So points, rebounds, things like that. You can see the breakdown at the end of each game. I suggest that you use a center, especially if you're playing solo. It's easy to get a bunch of stats like rebounds, putbacks, and that just helps you stack the VC. Now you can build up your VC by playing those type of game modes, but you may have to play a lot of games and you may be missing out on some extra bonuses that you can get from playing the career mode. So let's talk about that career mode. This is where it gets interesting. Now, just like in the multiplayer modes, the base amount of VC you get per game will depend on your performance. So it's important that you still play good and get a lot of stats. Now, before you jump into a game, you may want to take a look at the game difficulty. Depending on what level of difficulty you have it set on, you'll get a higher or lower multiplier towards your VC. So if you figured out how to get a lot of points on the Hall of Fame AI, go ahead and change that setting so you can max out the amount of VC you can get per game. The other thing that I suggest you do, and this is up to you, is reduce the quarter length. This will help you move through the season fast and get you to some of those key milestones in the season, like making the starting lineup and getting those endorsements.
I told you, once you make the starting lineup, we're in the endorsement game now.
You can see your endorsement offers by jumping over to the progressions tab in the main menu. It should be the second option from the bottom. From here, you can see the endorsement requirements, like the required NBA, business, and local fans. Once you hit those requirements, you can sign the deal and put some extra VC in your pockets. You may also want to check your quests. Underneath the side quests tab and all the way at the bottom, you have some endorsement quests that you can do for some extra VC. For example, State Farm gives you a few free items and 500 VC for winning a game of 2-on-2 against Jake from State Farm. The main quests, the side quests, and of course the season quests all have VC hidden in some of their missions, especially the main quests. For becoming the GOAT and building the greatest dynasty of all time, you get 10,000 VC and a Hall of Fame jacket. Now, I mentioned before that you may want to shorten those quarters. Be careful with this, because when you do this, you want to make sure that you have enough time in each game to meet the requirements of some of the achievements that you want to get during the season, like getting steals and assists per game, things like that. It's important that you get those GOAT points and move up that GOAT ladder. Now, a few other ways you can get some extra VC is to find some locker codes. These can be scattered online. Sometimes they announce them. You can also head to your MyCareer and do the daily pick'em when it's available. And finally, you can go to the daily spin and see if you get lucky.